What's up, creepers and kickers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today, guys? Happy Thanksgiving to all my American brothers and sisters out there. To everyone else, I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. You have no idea how much it killed me to not get to this. I got this first thing this morning, and it's Thanksgiving here. You know, we get the high school football game, our rival town adjacent to us, Wakefield, and we crushed it. Let's see, what was it, 35-7? See if I can't get that on there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But we destroyed it. That's why we're the champs. We're going down to the Super Bowl. But either way, shortly thereafter, we took the 45-minute trek up north to New Hampshire to my sister's house for some food and fellowship. And now it's time to see what this email is actually about. It killed me all day to not even get into it. I kind of skimmed through it to see what questions were on there. And I gave you a little bit of tease this morning with a picture thing I put up saying I'll address this bullshit later. So apparently in our emails, we got a Q&A with Michael Arzt here, talking about the most commonly asked questions about the Atari VCS. I'm wondering if they're going to talk about any games in here, aside from streaming services. It would be really interesting to see what they have to say here. Again, I'm going into this optimistically, okay? I'm going to go into it positively. I already have my feelings and my doubts. But regardless, I'm going to wipe that slate clean just to read some of this and see if I feel any different afterwards. I doubt I will. What can you say? I've skimmed through some of the questions, but not all of them. I'm coming into this pretty pure. And as usual, we're just going to skim the surface. I'll leave the link to this down below should you want to read the entire thing verbatim. And that's really all there is to it. I give you the gist of it. So apparently they went to China and we're dealing with the manufacturing for this thing, and they're foreseeing the preparations for the system and peripheral production. And in this Q&A, Chief Operating Officer Michael Arzt responds to a broad range of questions regarding the VCS project, discusses the company's vision for the product, and Atari's plans for the full retail launch in 2020. All right, they keep saying the words "as the team." As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, there's really only 3 people in the organization. I could be wrong there. I'm sure someone's going to try to correct me on that, but that's my understanding. So the first question is, Atari originally planned to launch the VCS early spring of 2019. I remember that. In March of this year, he announced that things were going to change. I remember that had to do with what they were using for a chipset or something like that, right? So basically, why did you change your release date? And Michael Arzt says in March of 19, we decided to make some modifications to our hardware. AMD Ryzen, okay, I do remember all that. Yada, yada, yada. Based on feedback from the Atari VCS backer community, internal user research, device testing, and planned in the collaboration with our developing partners. So I have a problem with these words right here. Device testing. All right, I'm going to state the obvious. They haven't had anything to test. They've said that a few times, right? I don't know. But either way, moving forward, the biggest change came as a result of the work with our partners and AMD when we were offered the opportunity to incorporate an all-new microprocessor built, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they're claiming that they changed everything once they knew that they were going to get this new AMD chip and they wanted to revamp things. All right, we've heard all this before. There's nothing mind-blowing there, okay? Where do you stand today with hardware manufacturing and software development? Now, there you go. Those are the key things I want to see. I don't care about the hardware. We already know where they stand with hardware. If you're a reasonable individual, you know they're nowhere near ready to rock and roll. They can see this picture. They can produce all the shells they want. But if that one board that we saw was their first revision, we've said it 100 times. And this isn't I'm not picking on the VCS itself. It's just the way it is. They have to go through different revisions and change this and try this. They're far from letting it go. But again, I said I'd go into this positively. So Mike says, regarding hardware, the VCS design and engineering development teams have been working closely with our manufacturing partners and suppliers over the past several months. I'm excited to be able to share some initial photos of our first Atari VCS pre-production units fresh off the assembly line and on their way to the extensive testing process. We are deep into the final stages of pre-production and heading towards mass production, which is the focus of our attention today. Now, all right, they're showing a bunch of manufacturing bins here with a product. There's nothing saying that there is a board inside those shells. And again, what is being tested? I'd like to know that. So maybe they will educate us here in the future of this article. Let's see if I can't blow this up at all. It does look like there's some ports. I'm looking at, if you look to the top left bin and go one down, you can see it clearly the back. It does look like there's some ports there, so there may be something in there that's electronic in nature. Oh, here we go. There we go. I'm glad I scrolled a little bit. Okay, so here's a couple of USB. There's the HDMI connection for some internets. That looks like a power thing and a button. Okay, so there's something in there that looks fairly familiar as far as electronics are concerned. So maybe they do have something ready to test. So if that's the case, then excellent. Excellent. Let's see, all the VCS hardware, including the controllers, are currently being tested for functionality and reliability. Receiving final tweaks as needed. Okay, all right, let's go on to the next question. You can read all that. Do you anticipate any further changes to the scheduled launch date of March 2020? What about the Indiegogo backers? Right now, the production is progressing according to the updated schedule for March of 2020. Okay, well, that's good. I hope so. Our team is committed to being successful, bringing a successful product to the market, blah, 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 blah. I want to know about the backers. Our Indiegogo backers are extremely important to us. You haven't proven that yet, Atari, so please prove me wrong here. And the entire team and I would like to thank our backers once again for their loyalty and continued support. I am sure that they will understand our prioritization of delivering a quality product. Oh, so are they not getting their units in December as predicted? Let's push forward. When we adjusted our schedule in March of 2019, we were aiming for a year-end of 2019 delivery goal for the Indiegogo backers. Today, given the work still to be done, including the final stages of our certification and testing cycles, we now realize that we need a few more weeks than anticipated. See, guys, the only time Atari comes out is when they have to schmooze us. Hey, this is going to be coming out on this date, and they go silent, and then they come close to that date, and they're like, hey, guys, we're going to change something, but it's in your benefit. Look at every video I've made when it comes to their changes, and it's the same story over and over again. I am moving on. Can you share your communication plans for the next few months? Yeah, I can't wait to read this one. That's a good and important question. Oh, my God, that is such corporate jargon right there. That's one of the first things you learn. No, I'll let you go into a Q&A class yourself. We always want our backers, fans, and customers to know how much they matter to us. Well, then why aren't you out there more often, Mike? And we want them to remain informed. We understand that all of our stakeholders would like to know where things stand every day. No, they would just like updates. They would just like updates, dude. Now I'm starting to get pissed. I had a great day with my family. I had a great day with friends. Mike's pissing me off here. Mike better stay over in fucking France. I respectfully ask them to please understand that as a public company, we must follow specific protocols that are in place. What is stopping you from giving updates? Oh, that's right. There are none until something's fucked up. In addition, because we also must always consider the need and wishes of our various partners. No, fuck your partners. These people gave you $3 million. Your partners can go fuck a duck. We don't always have full control over the pace or timing of our communication. Yes, you do. You really do, but okay. We aim to make periodic updates, which you don't do, to our community with complete transparency. Yeah, when you fuck up and you have to cycle through it by telling us it's in our favor. If there's one thing I'd want people to always know, it's that no news is good news. where the Atari VCS is concerned. It fucking better be. Again, going into this positive. Mike, it fucking better be. Let's return to the redesign. I don't care about the redesign, okay? You guys can read all of this, okay? I want to see if there's anything in here about games. It was already mentioned once, and it was fluffed over. I totally avoid saying that, but there has been some vigorous debate on social media about Atari VCS. What do you make of this? Oh, here we go. The Atari brand generates a lot of passion. It's only natural that we attract interest and speculation, especially in the quiet periods. That's all you guys have are quiet periods, heading to major product launch platform. We are glad to be reaching the stage where we can slowly start revealing more details and answer open and new questions from the community. See, they're going back into the confidence of partnership and licensing and all this stuff. It's like, we just want simple things. We want simple things answered. Nothing that your partners and all that should be disapproval of, but whatever. Will the Atari VCS have original games, native apps, or a browser experience? It will once you set it up. But okay, let's see what Mikey has to say about this. All three. Okay, here we go. The Atari VCS will be a gateway to a mix of original games and native apps. Okay, what are they? What are they? You keep saying this, but what are they? The primary way to access games and services will be through proprietary Atari VCS interface, which you said wasn't going to be on the initial backer units, from what I understand, in the App Store. If a service is not available as an app on our platform at launch, it can still be accessed through the internet browser. I'm on something right now that can access that, so whatever. Our content will include classic, new, and indie games from both Atari and third-party developers. Who? Along with entertainment apps for streaming, video, content, including TV shows and movies. Guys. All right, see, this is where Atari thinks they're being clever with their fucking language, okay? This is all in the language. Third-party developers, they haven't told us a single one. I do not want to drag in the Amico here, but we know who's behind their games. We know who's behind their games. They've already come out and had a big meeting on live stream. We've all chatted with them. We know who's behind it. Why can't they at least tell us who's behind this thing? Who is supporting this thing? Okay? But then he goes on to talk about, along with entertainment apps for streaming, video content, including TV shows and movies. Guys, he's talking about like Netflix and shit like that. Stuff that you have on your TV already. Stuff that you have on your phone and your laptop. Your tablets. We have several game studios lined up. Who? For the VS launch window. Okay, our compatibility unit obviously opens things up as well. Until you give me a name here, I don't care anymore. In addition, the exclusive Atari VCS edition of the Ant Stream, we don't care about that either. That's crap. And anyone who's excited for that is ill-informed. I'll just say that, okay? Atari VCS uses immediately access to a library of more than 1,000 licensed retro games. They have access to all the retro games. It's a Linux system. One recent report, China claimed that there will be no native apps and launch, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into that. You guys can go through that. What can you tell us about the custom UI? Okay, flexible system design for multiple peripheral input, including the new classic joystick, the modern controller, a mouse and keyboard. It's a computer. Why should I be excited about that? It should already have that shit anyway. We are hard at work on the UI, the user interface. Utilities, okay, blah, blah, blah. The version of the UI we shared with the reporters at E3 was serviceable as a demo, but was nowhere near the level of quality we have achieved now. Okay, cool. Can we see some of it? It says it feels like Atari. Okay. Meets contemporary expectations, which is not something that feels like Atari. A classic joystick and other peripherals. Okay, great. It's a computer that can be used with peripherals. Has the advent of streaming service and subscriptions and Apple Arcade affected your approach at all? Actually, it has validated our approach. The Atari VCS was designed with digital delivery as part of the plan for the concept. Yeah, it was. It was planned for all that, but it wasn't planned for that type of digital content. Actually, come to think of it now that all those other gaming services are coming about, I'm wondering if Atari didn't see that and got excited and says, you know what, this could be our saving grace, and completely shifted. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm wondering because he's right. Validated our approach. It saved your ass, is what it did. Let's see. Well, we made the decision to upgrade to the new Ryzen chip, enable whatever. We did so primarily because it enables the VCS to support 4K, 60 frame per second HDR. Okay. I could have sworn people were talking about their. See, now you start talking about tech things, and that's where you lose me, and you can correct me on things all day long. But I was under the impression that this was not going to be 4K at all. And if it is, good on them. Good on them. It's a gaming machine that is flexible multi-purpose platform. It's a flexible multi-purpose platform being used to play video games. That I will say wholeheartedly. Reverse all of that. It is not a gaming machine at all. It's a mini computer that you can use to play games. Will the OS and store be part of the Atari VCS when it ships to Indiegogo backers? Okay, I remember them saying no, it won't be complete. Here he's saying yes, the Atari VCS Indiegogo. Okay, so how many more questions that we have here? I'm going to leave the rest to you guys because I'm already aggravated. Stepping back, why did you elect to crowdfund? Because they didn't have any money. I'm just gonna. Oh, that was the last question. Okay, maybe we won't skirt past it. Indiegogo. Let's see. What do you say? Atari is fortunate to have thriving business and a loyal community that loves our games and is passionate about the Atari brand. He is correct there. I'm wearing an Atari t-shirt today, coincidentally. Will our community want a new, modern console from Atari? The Indiegogo platform and campaign allowed us to answer that question by offering a proof of concept and letting us see how the market would respond. There's no proof of concept. You have to have something for a proof of concept if you want to correct me down below. The proof of concept is showing somebody something. This is just proof that people are willing to give you money. Now, what if you only got $10,000? Would those people get their money back? Since your proof of concept didn't happen? I don't know. Widely reported that the first day response to the crowdfunding campaign in May 2018 ended up crashing the Indiegogo site. I remember that. And so he goes on to brag about, $3 million, Mark. So we could focus on product development and none of that which we have heard. We can't thank the community enough for their support and enthusiasm. We're incredibly excited for the process, blah, blah, blah. We hope this Q&A put more smoke and mirrors in your face. This picture here kind of excites me a little bit. So what can we get from this? A lot of diversion, a lot of simple corporate tactic diversions. Here's the question. That's a great question, Jim. But what if I said to you that this thing was brown and black? Now, that kind of thing. Not even talking about what they're talking about. In some cases, I think they're using generalities. Like, there's going to be entertainment stream services. Yeah, like Hulu and fucking Netflix and stuff like that. So they're not telling you what they are. They're just telling you it's available. They're lying about what the machine is. It was originally supposed to be a gaming platform. But then they've been so excited about it being a open platform for you to do what you want to do. They're talking about developers that are on board, but they haven't told us who. More smoke and mirrors, guys. I genuinely went into it. There we go. I genuinely went into it expecting to not be blown away, but to come out feeling, okay, And then as soon as I saw that the folks in December aren't going to get theirs, the $3 million worth of people aren't going to get theirs right away, I knew that's exactly why this entire thing was generated. So you take it for whatever you want to take it. And that's really all there is to it. It's black and white. It's fucking written right here. All of it. It's black and white. All you have to do is read it. All you have to do is read it. And if you have any common sense, you can see something's coming out, but we don't know when, what, or what it's going to have available to you. Not what it can do. We know what it can do. It can do anything a normal little PC can do. But what is going to make this stand out for Atari to get me excited for putting this underneath my television instead of, say, the Amico or a Switch or something like that? So, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that we would actually learn something here, and all we learned is that it's just more smoke and mirrors of bullshit. And the reason they came out with this damn fucking thing is because they have to delay things again. So that's really all there is to it. So go ahead, leave your thoughts down below. Go ahead and champion this thing still. Whatever, bro. You can do whatever you gotta do. And yeah, until they release some more information telling you why you're not going to get it next week when they promised it. Go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the creep is positive. I do apologize for it taking so long to, one, get to this point and to actually get this video up and made. And yeah, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I get the rest of the week off because I work for the schools and they're all off. So I get to go hang out in the registry tomorrow and register my truck. So that's really all there is to that. So guys, hope you're having a great night. Until next time, take care. Creep it real. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.